Why monthly payments make expensive things feel cheap. Have you ever noticed how a $40,000 car can suddenly feel affordable when someone tells you the payment is only $599 a month? The price didn't change. Your perception did. And that small psychological difference is one of the reasons many people with decent salaries still struggle to build meaningful wealth. Imagine someone in their early 30s living in the United States. They earn around $85,000 a year. On paper, that sounds comfortable. After federal, state, Social Security, and Medicare taxes, their take-home income might be somewhere around $5,000 a month, depending on where they live and their circumstances. Their rent is $1,900. Utilities, groceries, insurance, and other basic expenses take another $1,000 or so. Then comes the car. The dealership doesn't really talk about the $42,000 price tag. Instead, the conversation becomes, can you manage $650 a month? And suddenly, the car doesn't feel like a $42,000 decision. It feels like a $650 decision. Then there might be a student loan payment of $300. A couple of credit card balances. Maybe $150 for subscriptions and memberships. And because everyone around them seems to have a newer phone, nicer apartment, better car, and regular weekend trips, spending more begins to feel normal. Nothing looks financially irresponsible on its own. That's the important part. The problem isn't always one huge purchase. It's the accumulation of small monthly commitments. Let's make the math simple. Suppose someone has $5,000 coming into their bank account every month. After rent, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, debt payments, and basic living costs, perhaps $700 remains. That $700 looks like spare money. But then another $200 goes toward dining out and entertainment. $100 goes toward shopping. $100 goes toward subscriptions and small purchases. Suddenly, only $300 remains. And because the person still has money left at the end of the month, they don't necessarily feel financially stressed. But they're also not building much wealth. This is where the hidden mistake appears. People often judge affordability based on the monthly payment rather than the total financial commitment. A $600 car payment doesn't look enormous. But $600 every month is $7,200 a year. Over 5 years, that's $36,000 in payments before considering the interest, insurance, fuel maintenance, taxes, registration, and depreciation. And the same psychology applies to almost everything. A $3,000 vacation becomes only $125 a month. A $2,000 phone becomes just $80 a month. A larger apartment becomes only another $300. Individually, these numbers don't feel dramatic. Together, they can consume a large part of someone's future income. Why does this happen? Because humans naturally respond better to small, immediate numbers than large, distant ones. $600 today feels significant. $7,200 over the next year feels more abstract. And $36,000 over 5 years feels even further away. Monthly payments also create another psychological effect. They make consumption feel like a subscription. Instead of asking, do I want to spend $40,000 on this? We ask, can I fit $600 into my monthly budget? Those are completely different questions. And companies understand this very well. The modern consumer economy is built around making large purchases easier to mentally digest. The price is divided. The payment is automated. And eventually, the expense becomes part of your normal lifestyle. That's where lifestyle inflation becomes dangerous. Imagine receiving a $500 monthly raise. Instead of saving most of it, you upgrade the car, move into a nicer apartment, increase restaurant spending, and add a few new subscriptions. Your income increased, but your financial flexibility didn't. You simply converted additional income into additional obligations. 5 years later, you may be earning significantly more than before. Yet you can still feel like you are living paycheck to paycheck. This is one reason financial progress can feel strangely invisible. Your salary grows. Your lifestyle grows. Your monthly commitments grow. And your wealth barely moves. Financially intelligent people don't necessarily avoid every expensive purchase. They simply think about purchases differently. They look at the total cost, not just the monthly payment. They ask what the purchase will cost over several years. They consider what that money could have become if it had been saved or invested. And most importantly, they protect something that is easy to overlook. Financial flexibility. Because wealth isn't only about owning expensive things. It's also about having fewer obligations, competing for every dollar you earn. Imagine two people earning the same $85,000 salary. One has a large car payment, expensive rent, several credit card balances, and a lifestyle designed around monthly consumption. The other drives an older car, keeps housing costs reasonable, avoids unnecessary debt, and consistently keeps part of their income. Their salaries are identical. Their financial lives are not. And over 10 or 20 years, that difference can become enormous. Not because one person discovered a secret investment. Not because one person worked 100 hours a week. But because one person allowed more of their income to remain available for the future. That is the uncomfortable reality behind monthly payments. The payment itself isn't always the problem. The problem is when every future paycheck is already partially spent before it arrives. So the next time something feels affordable because the monthly payment looks small, pause for a moment. Don't ask only, can I afford this every month? Ask, what will this decision cost me in total, and what part of my future income am I committing today? That question doesn't make you anti-consumption. It simply makes you more aware of what you're actually buying. And sometimes, the most financially intelligent decision isn't buying something cheaper. It's keeping your future income free. If you found this perspective useful, consider subscribing for more calm, practical analysis of money and wealth.